Welcome back. Today I am going to start with the respond to reading for Koko and Penny. I want to show you the beautiful flowers that you all sent me. Thank you so much. I love them. And I loved coming to all your houses and getting to see your smiling faces. I really miss that. I have on my I Will Teach shirt since I never thought I would be teaching from my own kitchen. But going back to Koko and Penny, before you sit down to watch this video, reread the story. If you haven't done that, pause this and then come back. I want the story to be fresh in your mind. So you should have the sentence starters that I gave you, and you have your anthology in front of you. On page 137 are the respond to reading questions. Question number 1. What did Penny teach Koko to do first? And it says sequence in blue. We've talked many times about sequence. What does sequencing mean? Good. Sequence is the order in which things happen in the story. So if we're looking for what happened first, we have to look to the beginning of the story. And the answer to this question is going to be found on page 132. So if you turn to page 132, it says that the first thing Penny taught Koko was how to use hand signs and signals to communicate. So when you look at the sentence starter, it says the first thing that Penny taught Koko was to use hand signs and signals to communicate. Turning back to the questions on page 137, number 2. What did Koko learn after she began to use hand signals? And again, this is a question that's asking about the sequencing of the story. So we want to look what came after Penny taught Koko to use hand signs and signals. Look back at page 134. There it says that Penny showed Koko how to use a pencil and paper. So Koko probably learned to use a pencil to make marks on paper. So question number 2, looking at the paper, after she began to use hand signals, Koko learned to use a pencil and paper. Back to page 137, question number 3. How do you know that Koko and Penny is nonfiction? And this is a genre that we have talked a lot about in class, about looking for real facts and information. And looking beyond that, I want you to use something specific. What in this story lets you know that it is nonfiction? So look back in the story. On each page, we see photos of a real person named Penny and a real gorilla named Koko. And we read facts about how they have worked together for over 40 years. The text, photographs, and captions all provide information about how Koko and Penny work together. So when you're answering this question, and you say, I know that Koko and Penny is nonfiction because give me one specific example from this story that lets you know it is nonfiction. The last question is question number 4. What can you learn from studying animals? To answer that question about what we can learn, we can think about what Penny has learned. By spending so much time with Koko, Penny has learned a lot about how gorillas act. By teaching Koko new things, she learned about how gorillas learn. So I asked you to think about what you could learn and give me something specific. I can learn what from studying animals? So something about how an animal acts, something about how an animal learns. Any of those would be the proper way to answer this. Now, the most important thing when you answer these questions is to reread the question in your book and then reread the answer you have written to make sure you not only answered the question, but that you didn't make a silly mistake and forget a word here or there, that it is thorough and complete, and always completed with your best quality work. So I love this story, Koko and Penny. I actually spent a summer in high school working at an Easter seal camp for children with special needs. And we worked with a population of children who were deaf. And we did a lot of sign language. So I can't wait for us to get back to school and to share more experiences that I learned. And I will teach you how to spell your name. But my name is Paula. There are websites that you can go on and see stories that have been written for children and that are completely signed. So if you have some extra free time, look at them, Google them. Talk to you soon. This is the end of this video. Bye-bye.